different groups and conferences, and I'm working in the ICF Coaching and AI Council. So we continue to advise ICF Global about, the future of AI. So what actions they should undertake in this field. I'm also part of a research group with ICF Italy. So tomorrow we are presenting our big research about how coaches use AI. And I'm very active also at ICF France because I lived there for 20 years. Anyway, so I'm giving a lot of conferences, only in January, 3 conferences. So I start, now I call myself a speaker, but, in the last 2 years, I started giving quite a lot of conferences. So here I am. I'm very pleased to be here, and please, this is a new topic, maybe a challenging topic for some of you. Please jump in if you have any questions. And also, the idea of this conference is I'm not promoting AI in coaching. This is not my objective. My objective is to inform coaches so that then you can make informed decisions about, oh, I want to use AI or I don't want to use AI. And also my second objective, which is linked, is to promote an ethical use of AI in coaching. So that's my objective with basically all my conferences. It's not promoting, inform, and make choices, informed choices. So I'm sharing my slides. This is it. Up. You tell me if you can see them. Can you see them? Yes. So I'm enlarging them in presenter mode. Okay. So this is the title. Irina already told you. So the agenda is, so first of all, introduction of the state of AI in business. So on our client side, very useful to know because our clients are highly impacted by AI. So we need to know what's happening on their side. Then practical tools you can use today, very simple tools I use myself. Ethical use of AI and what ICF Global is doing and ICF is doing. Case studies, this is where we will go into breakout rooms and you will discuss about the case studies I will give you, and then we will have a debriefing together. And then how to prompt as a coach, how to use really AI as a coach, and then the core skills to develop, which are interesting for us as coaches, but also for our clients. So let's start with number 1, introduction, the state of AI in business. This is going to be a quick introduction. There are tons of things to say, but here I want to be short because we have a lot to do here. So first of all, 88% of organizations use AI in at least one function. And usually these functions are, of course, IT. There are all the services to clients, like, the chatbot that you see in the websites when you want to buy something. And also in marketing a lot. And also in leadership and development, all in the learning side to give more customized learning to the employees. More than 70% say their organizations are using AI in 2 or more functions and 50% in 3 or more functions. So you see AI, and there is a very clear increase from 2021 to 2024 to 2025. Of course, we don't have the data of 2026 because we just started. This is a study, by the way, published at the end of 2025. So the interesting point is that most organizations are still in the early phases of integrating AI deeply into their operations. So there is a scaling gap. What does it mean? It means that they still they do not scale the use of AI in the whole organization yet, because they are still in the experimenting or piloting stages. For example, they are working very hard to introduce Microsoft Copilot in the whole organization to train all these people, and eventually the internal ChatGPT, for example, because there is companies can buy the ChatGPT Enterprise, which is dedicated to the company. So these tools are still at the very beginning for some of them, and for most of them, I would say. And then there is a company size factor, meaning that only the very large organizations are including AI in their operations, or the very young startup. So there is this gap in the middle. In the middle, there is not much. I found very interesting to have this IBM use case. Is that since they have a lot of employees, they could do this experiment. So 6,000 people used AI while 30,000 did not. And what they witnessed is that AI usage led to a 45% increase in productivity. So you see, AI has a huge impact into the space. I want to talk also about AI agents for a moment, because everybody's talking about AI agents a lot, and you will hear your clients talking about it. So it's better same, what they are instead of being surprised. So let's say that before AI, you prompt ChatGPT or whatever AI, and AI gives you an information. So it's telling you something. But there is the new way AI works, which is AI doing stuff for you. So it means that when organizations, for example, they introduce Microsoft Copilot can synthesize emails, can answer to standard emails, so can act upon your prompts, and you can, program it so that it acts without you, which scares me a bit, but that's another story. So basically, what AI is doing is that AI is calling different other tools and combines them so that they can work for this doing part. And the other thing that happens is that there are these AI super agents. They are called super agents, and what they do, they put together other agents to work together. It's basically like having a team. AI has a team, and then this team of AI agents, they work together because it orchestrates how they work together. But the reason why I'm telling you this is that quite soon, I think end 2026, beginning 2027, your clients are going to manage not only individuals, but also AI agents. This is a revolution. So that's why it's good for you to know it. I don't know why it raises my hand, because I do this. And so it says, oh, it yes, exactly. Anyway, so you see the future is collaborative augmentation, and the workspace is changing dramatically. So better for us to be informed. Then now I want to talk about some practical tools you can use. I use. So for example, in ChatGPT, you can have projects. You can create projects within ChatGPT. And so you have dedicated projects according to what you have to do. For example, I have a project of 360 analysis for an assessment for this and that company. So I put all this in my project. So AI can take the documents within the project. then I will show you how to do it ethically, of course. Claude, same, has projects, and Google Gemini, same. I have to tell you something, is that before I used the paying tool, so ChatGPT, I used ChatGPT and Claude. Claude is much better in our job, I think, because it has a lot of nuances in the way it phrases, answers. It's more human, let's say. It has more nuances. Whereas ChatGPT is more cold, is colder. Let's put it that way. But since the new Gemini, Google Gemini, was released, which was at the end of 2025, I think, more or less, I canceled my subscription to ChatGPT, also because I don't like Sam Altman, so the CEO of OpenAI. And I keep Claude, and I subscribe to Gemini because it's much better. And in terms of creating images, it's very good. And it has this if you go into the menu, you will see Nano Banana. I'm not joking. Nano Banana is the tool of Gemini to create images, and it's so much better than ChatGPT, even Claude. Claude is not very good for images. But anyway, so just to say that these are very simple tools to use, and then but this one I will come when we will talk about the science of prompting. Then I use a lot Notebook LM, same is Google. Notebook LM is great because you can create projects and you download your own documents, and then you can prompt Notebook LM, and it will analyze only the documents you downloaded, which means that it doesn't hallucinate, because you know your sources, you download it to it. For example, I give you an example. I write articles, I give conferences. So for me, the big work when I give conferences is to collect sources, studies, because I want to be very thorough about what I'm telling you. I don't want to tell fake news or something. So I'm very thorough in my research. So I do the research part. Of course, I use sometimes Claude, sometimes Gemini for the research itself. But what I do also is I check my sources. So when they refer to a study, I go into the study and I see if it's relevant or not. All this to say that I do my research. I have my documents that I checked that are valuable, and then I put them in Notebook LM, and then I prompt Notebook LM, which uses only my document, and I say I want to have a chapter in my research about the use of AI by organizations, and I can also tell him, I say him, but tell it, I don't know. I can tell, so use this and this document within my sources. I can select the precise documents I want it to use. So it gives me the answers I want within this framework. So this is great. I really, my day-to-day use. Then for content creation, like for example, slides, Gamma and Canva, I have to say, honestly, that I prefer the help of Copilot or Google to create slides than Gamma and Canva, because I have some interesting relationships, conflicting relationship with Gamma and Canva, because I struggle with them. So I use also other tools. And then you can take notes, of course, with the Zoom AI Companion, Microsoft Copilot, Nuta, whatever. So these are the very simple, I would say, day-to-day tools for coaches. So let's dig a bit into the ethical use of AI. which is very important to me. So first of all, we have the Code of Ethics, and they changed a bit the Code of Ethics. So there is the new one. I think it was released in 2025, if I'm correct. And so they tweaked some of the articles to add specifically these two articles, the 2.4 and 2.5. So you see is maintain, store, so the coach, maintain, store, and dispose of any records, including electronic files and communications, in a manner that promotes confidentiality, security, privacy, and complies with applicable laws and agreements. So where you store your document and where the way you use the document specifically, of course, that include information about your clients, it has to be a secure way, because if there is a leak, of course, the confidential information will be out there. And then fulfill the 2.5 is fulfill my ethical and legal obligations to my coaching clients, sponsors, colleagues, and to the public at large, directly and through any technology systems I may utilize. Technology-assisted coaching tools, databases, coaching platforms, software, and artificial intelligence. So here is, we will dig a bit into what they mean in our day-to-day coaching life. But just saying that these are two major changes that ICF Global did in the Code of Ethics to include the AI question, I don't know, Irina, if then you will send the slides to these folks or not. I don't know. Anyway.
I think we can share there.
Yeah, so I will craft some of the slides so that you can have all these references. That's important. Then we have the core competencies. So they published the new core competencies in November 2025. So I have a coaching school, the Group Coaching Institute. So now I have to change them because they ask us, of course, to update them. But all to say that the 2.2 embodies coaching mindset, you see, engages in ongoing learning and development as a coach, including remaining aware of current coaching best practices and use of technologies. So you see, the embodied coaching mindset includes being informed about what's happening out there. And of course, ICF put it because we need to be aware, because our clients use AI. So we need to be able to, to support them. So it's part of your own development. That's why we're here. And then the article 3.12, they added the 3.12, because if you look at the old core competencies, it ended at 3.11. So they added this one. Establishing and maintains agreement. The 3.12 is revisits the coaching agreement when necessary to ensure the coaching approach is meeting the client's needs. So it may seem, okay, what's the relationship with the AI? We will see in the case studies that there is a relationship with AI, because if we use AI with a client, we need to be very careful about the agreement and to revisit the agreement eventually if needed. And then I put myself the maintains presence, the 5.6, because the part is comfortable working in a space of not knowing. I'm not sure this is a new one, but the reason why I put it here is that with AI, the trigger we may have is that we need to know it all. We need to use AI to give the perfect coaching to the client. We need to use AI to prepare the session. Some of us, not me, use AI during the session, to ask the perfect question. But I'm against using AI during the session, but this is my very personal opinion, because I do not understand how you can maintain presence by multitasking, basically. So this is what it is. But all to say that the reason why I'm putting this here is that as coaches, we need to be comfortable in not knowing, because this is the essence when we partner with our clients, meaning that we do not know, and we do not know what is the next step. So what we do, partner with our clients, core competency 4, we ask our client, okay, what would be a meaningful next step to you? How this session may be useful to you, and where do you want to go? So this is about partnering with the client. We do not have to know it all, but we need to be comfortable not knowing, which is sometimes a bit of a challenge, because we, as human beings, we like to know, we like to be in charge. But as coaches, we need also to learn how to let go. So this is for the core competencies. Then I take some tea. So ICF is making a difference, a distinction. So this is the official ICF distinction between two categories of AI tools. Category 1 is basically the tools to assist the coach for, I would say, a support for the coach, for the admin tasks, or all the tools also I gave to you, Canva, Note, Zoom AI Companion. Also, as I said, I use Claude, Gemini. This can be a support to do your researches, to do, to craft your presentations, whatever. And there are also coaches that use, AI to invoice, or use some AI to make appointments. So all these, I use Calendly, for example, basically. Very basic, but I use it for my appointments. So this is the category 1. Category 2 is tools for coaching delivery, meaning the AI coaches. So AI that are coaches. And there are multiple products out there. The most very well known are, for example, Coach Hub has Amy. Then I know a Coach AI which is called Sherlock. Then the big ones are also releasing coaching and AI tools like chatbots, because for health coaching, for fitness, for mental health. So every week there are new ones. Of course, we need to be careful. Are they regulated or not? And this is what ICF, our work at ICF is to have the most possible AI coaching tools to be certified or regulated within the ICF standards. All this to say that we go to the artificial intelligence coaching and framework and standards. This is a big document that you will find at ICF Global in this chapter. If you do go in the search coaching and technology, you will find all the documents I'm referring to. And so this is originally this document. So I'm going here. This document was 100 pages document. So then I told the committee, I said, I read all of them, by the way. And then I told them, a normal coach cannot read all of them and understand all of them, because it's very thorough, it's very detailed, and that's the beauty of it, of course. So this document you will see here is the shorter version. I think it's like 30 pages, shorter version, much more, digestible for a coach. And it has been developed for a broad audience, so coaches, coaching clients, organization purchasing coaching. So my clients are asking me, which kind of AI tools can we buy as HR, because these are my clients. So I give them the guidelines, because there are specific sections about it. Coaching supervisors, software developers, coach training organizations, and broader public, of course. You see there is the software developers part. This is where, for me, it became quite challenging, because I'm not technically expert. So they didn't put this very technical section into this document. So here you can read and understand. And I recommend you to read them if you use AI, because it's very thorough and very well done. Then you have sub documents coming from this, which is this one is great. Is artificial intelligence coaching framework and standards, questions stakeholders should ask, meaning that these are the questions that you can ask. You can ask yourself, first of all, when you use AI, but you can also help your coaching clients to ask to the software developers. So they make informed decisions about buying AI. So this is very interesting, because it's also a sort of checklist for us when we use AI, and this is maybe the most interesting part of all of it. So I really invite you to read it. Then you have also, this one is super interesting, is a document that includes a checklist for evaluating AI-driven coaching tools. So it can be, both category 1, so coach the tools that you use for your, to support you in your work, but also coach AI. Okay, so this it can help you to evaluate if the tool you're using is it operates within the rules of ICF. And then this one is the last one, published, you see, in September 2025, is the acceptable use of AI and client protection guidelines. And this is even more, it's very short. And I would say, if you want to read one thing, read this one, because it's designed to provide you with clear, practical information to help you make informed decisions about when and how to introduce AI tools into your coaching practice. So this is the most targeted for us. I have to say, I tell you something else, is that I started using, because, it's for my literacy, I would say. I started using an AI coach, so an AI coach bot that I feed with my information, so my documents, my style, etc., to use in between the sessions. So, to sustain the client's action plan. It's part of my experiments, it's test and learn, you discover. And and of course, before using it, I asked the provider that I know quite well all the questions to be sure that it was within the ethical criteria, and so I could use it comfortably, and I could tell everything to my client and explain, etc. So just to say that these tools are not really abstract tools. At some point you will use AI, so it's better, maybe, I don't know, but these tools give very clear guidelines. And now I would like to go into the case studies. So what I prepared 3 of them. So they are very practical case studies. So the idea is that I give you the scenario of the case study. and then I will give you the questions, and then you will discuss in groups of 4, something, I don't know, 4 more or less.
4 or 5, yes, it will be
5, so we can form 2 groups, and then you come back and you tell me your discussion. So you choose one speaker in your group, and why I think it's so important to discuss, because you will see these ethical dilemmas. Some of them are not, the solution is not so black and white. It's the solution sometimes is, it depends. So when it depends, it means that we are facing a complex problem. It's not a complicated, is when you need to rack your brain and you find a solution, like a mathematical problem. Complex is when you need multiple points of view to solve it. And the solution is not the solution, is a solution where you say it depends on the cases. Okay, it depends on the reality. So that's where I think the discussion is super useful. So please maybe take a screenshot or a picture of my slide, so you have your case and then you have your questions and you can discuss in the subgroups. So the first one is client, case 1, client reports feeling depressed. The coach prompts the AI by asking, sorry, my client is exhibiting symptoms of depression and anxiety. What diagnosis should I formulate and what therapeutic approach should I recommend in our next session? Okay. And the questions to you. So did you take a picture? Yes, not a screenshot, whatever. The questions to you are, what is the ethical question here? Could the coach have prompted AI differently? What's the coach next move? So you, Irina, will split you in 2 rooms, and you can discuss for like 10 minutes, and then you can come back, and we'll open up a discussion. And also you can ask whatever question you want to ask. Okay? Ready?
Okay, I'm ready. So let's go. Yes, okay. It worked.
Is it? It's the 2 of us. I forgot to ask you if there were questions on the side.
And no, I will tell you. There was some comments that using AI through the session, it's quite weird.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm going to do a bio break while they're.
Of course.
I come back in 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, see you. We have 4 minutes more. Ira, you're very welcome. We have a new participant. We're waiting for guys from the rooms where they are discussing about one question. So they come in 25 seconds.
Hello, and thanks for clarification. Okay, I'm clear as well.
Don't be
Thank you.
afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Now they are coming back. Um, okay.
Oh,
And
Cool.
you need
Yep,
to
and we are back.
We are back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And you had nice discussions. So I pull the case and then the questions. Sorry. Sometimes, yes. So what is your solution for each of the two groups? Group one, let's call it this way. No solution?
Guys, who will introduce your solution?
With the group one.
Okay.
Yeah, who's the group one?
Anyone, you was just two groups, so.
And remember, we are here to learn. So you don't have the perfect, it's not necessary to have the perfect answer, but the question is, how can we use your answer to learn, and to have your point of view? So don't worry. I mean, whatever.
I can share our thoughts because I believe more or less we had the same conclusion that the prompt we asked in the case for AI wasn't really accurate because we used really big words that therapeutic, that it is not really efficient to ask an AI because he will be answering as a psychotherapist or somebody who's in the medical field, not as coach.
Yes.
So we agreed on this, that it's not the wording wasn't really exact for an AI tool to use.
Okay.
And as well, at the end, this is something we have to come back between ourselves and the session and the individual itself. So the AI will not really be somebody you can rely on for your next move in this type of cases.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nadine. Natalia, you have a question, or you want to?
I wanted to comment here as well.
Yeah.
On this. I thought that the question that the coach prompted was unethical in a sense that the coach asked what's the diagnosis and what's therapeutic approach I could recommend. As coaches, we cannot diagnose anything. Like diagnosis is not in our vocabulary, so to say. And while we should recommend consulting a specialist, like mental health specialist and so on, we cannot recommend a specific therapeutic approach before exploring if there is a need to recommend something. So to me personally, the question was unethical. But I believe that the coach could prompt it something like, so the first line I would keep the same, so that my client, because it's my concern, my client is exhibiting the symptoms of depression and anxiety, but I would ask maybe what kind of questions I could ask to explore what's happening, and if there is any need to recommend consulting a specialist. So I would word it this way, and then kind of moving on from there.
So this is exactly the solution. So I want to move on. So next, for the next breakout, I will ask first the group two. So group two. So I just want to, because you gave the solution, which is the coach should recognize the limits of their competence, understand that depression and anxiety may require therapeutic intervention, not coaching. Use artificial intelligence appropriately. Ask artificial intelligence how coaches can recognize when a client might benefit from being referred to a therapy. So this is where AI can give some support, and how to talk about mental health resources, because this is what a coach, if detect, and then you can suggest, you can go to a therapist, but AI can give you some phrasing, some support to have this conversation, and then have an honest conversation with the coachee to understand whether coaching is the right solution and at this time, or whether they might benefit from therapy in conjunction with or as an alternative to coaching. And then provide the coachee with mental health resources. Antigone, or sorry if I pronounce.
Great, perfect.
You have a question.
Or no, I just want to comment.
Yeah.
Or if we didn't know, or for any reason we are bad coaches, at least we should put in the prompt to ask the AI to act as an ICF coach or ICF mentor, so that ChatGPT can stop us or anybody else. So
yeah,
that's
and if you, of course, you can also refer to a person instead of AI. So have your mentor, your supervisor, etc. Okay, case number 2. Are you ready? Case number 2. The coach uses AI during the session. The coaching contract includes the use of AI under these terms. So coaching contract says we can use AI during the session. During the 4th session, the coachee experiences a strong emotional moment while reflecting on their past. The AI suggests, so the coach has the coachee and AI. So it's multitasking, I repeat. So, and AI is suggesting the coach some questions to ask during the session, okay? So during the session, I suggest a question for the coach to ask at this moment of self-awareness, which proves very helpful for the coachee. Okay, so this is the case. Take your screenshot. It's done. Can I move to the next slide with the questions? Yes? Okay. Ethical dilemma. What is the ethical dilemma here? What could the coach have done differently in this case? So these are the 2 questions you can discuss. This case a bit tricky, okay? So it's less black and white than the previous one. So 10 minutes to discuss, and then we can discuss when you come back.
Yes, we are ready. Just give me a second. We have a new participant. So we are ready, and let's go.
You made it.
Yes.
Okay.
I win this program.
So what do you think? It's okay. It's what you were expecting from this conference.
It's a really important topic. It's for all of us. We continue to live in this new world. I'm using AI, of course, and not a banana as well.
You use not a banana as well. I love the word. The name is a guys. How can you use this name, not a banana?
My kids laughing, I think, a few evenings when we're creating some pictures for them. So yeah, it's very creative, and I really appreciate, because I saw documents what I didn't know that it was existing. So it's very useful, and I will go to read.
Yes, please, because you know, it's important for us to be really aware about not putting our clients out there without them knowing, or it's not only knowing, without being aware what it means, you know, to have their information there. Because sometimes they just say, okay, yes, you can use AI, but did we give them the complete
guidance? complete
guidance,
information,
make
guidance.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's very interesting. And I see that participants participated.
Yeah, I
So
feel yes. But maybe the third case, I will not split them in breakout room because I want to give also this one. Oh, sorry. I want to go. I'm not in the right screen. I want to go into this as well. And I see that it's already we have half an hour. When we come back, we have 20 minutes. So I want to go into this because it's helpful for them.
So maybe we can discuss like quick
Yes,
discussion.
they come
here.
back here. We have the discussion, and then I just say the third case.
So if I may ask you, how come that you start working in this topic, AI?
Because actually I was in the chair of the Thought Leadership Institute at global level, and the Thought Leadership Institute is the board who is in charge of thinking and providing information about the future of coaching. And then, of course, in 2022, when ChatGPT came into the space, it was a revolution, and we we noticed that it was going to make a revolution in our world as well, and therefore that's how that it was by chance, I would say. I was at the right place at the right moment, let's put it that way. And then of course I jumped in because I could have said not interesting, some other people of the board were less interested. I was very interested, and so that's why I jumped in.
It's cool. We have one more lady. She's coming in.
I just write a message.
Irina.
I need to.
Yeah. Irina, welcome. Don't be afraid. All our participants, they are in the rooms, the discussion, the question that Anna gave them. So they will come in 5 minutes. If you need time to make a tea or a glass of water, you have it. Or I think I can assign you to one of the groups.
But okay, you can.
It will be in the middle. It's so interesting. I see open microphones. Who is talking there?
You see who is talking in this?
Yes,
the breakout group?
inside the groups.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. So sorry.
So you are living in USA or France or Italy?
I would say that I live mainly in New York, but since I lived in France for 20 years and I have a company in France as well, we go frequently to Paris because I want to see my clients. I do a lot of things online, but sometimes you need to go to see your clients and say, "Hey, I exist. What is the next project, etc." So I'm going to Paris. I would say 5 times a year, around this line, and then Italy I go twice a year. But mainly to visit my parents, even if I have clients in Italy, but it's all remote. And when I need to do something in presence, either I travel or I have a whole team in Italy. I have a team in France. I have I manage coaches all over the world. So it's I have local.
It's a global life
Yes.
that we're going through.
Yes, and I love it. So that's it's a bit crazy, but I love it.
Great. So you love New York for life, yes?
Yeah, I really like it because it's a bit crazy, but then when you are in your own apartment or in your own neighborhood, it's less crazy than you might think, because people think about Midtown. Midtown is terrible. I would never leave Midtown. It's dark because there are all these skyscrapers, and there are all offices, and it's a mess.
And a lot of tourists, traffic, and etc.
But then if you choose the right neighborhood, which can be Manhattan or other boroughs, it's very nice. It's also relatively quiet. So in some neighborhoods it can be very quiet if you go very north of Manhattan, or in, for example, in Queens or in Brooklyn. They can be quite quiet. There are small houses. It's very quiet. Here in Manhattan, it's not super quiet, but it's not crazy. I mean, unless it's Midtown. So this is where I would never recommend anyone to live.
Just if you want to see, just to Midtown. for a few days.
There are tourists, of course. You can go. It's nice. It's nice to be a tourist, but or to work there, but then you don't want to live there.
I've been once in New York 8 years ago. It's really I like it, but I wasn't sure that the city that I want to live in. At the same time, we've been in Chicago, and Chicago, just for me, it was like a very comfortable New York.
Chicago is beautiful. I love this city, but it's cold. It's colder than here.
Colder than New York.
Oh,
it's windy, yeah? It's
windy. Can you imagine in the winter it is the Midwest, so it's in the middle, and you have the wind from the North Pole directly coming. It's freezing cold. Even the summer sometimes is cold. So I said, no, I cannot live in this city. But the first time I came to New York, I said,
Chicago.
I said I would never want to live in New York City. First time I came here. And then, life, I came other times, and then little by little, talking with people living here, I changed my mind, and now I'm very happy. It offers a lot in terms of, cultural activities, any activity, it offers.
Yes, definitely.
So
welcome back.
Yes. So, now I would like to talk with group 2.
Yes, but we are different groups, so it's another group.
Oh no!
They will be mixed.
Anyway, someone who didn't talk yet. I would like to hear someone who wants to tell me. Okay, what was your discussion about this case?
Well, I can go if you want, at least to start. What I wanted to share is that one of the things we share, because we share many, many things, it was that it...
You put yourself in mute, Esther.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now.
Yeah. So is that we found a little bit strange to use AI while there is a strong emotional moment that is arrived. That then it seems that we are more focused on the AI question more than being with the client in what he's going on at that point. So at least this was already a little bit strange for us.
Yes. Is there someone else? Thank you, Esther. For me, it's strange as well. Is there someone else who wants to add on?
I just want to mention that we have different options in the group. Yeah. As for me, I totally support that. Even with the contract, it's rather strange to have AI during the session. So, in my opinion, can it be only AI or only human, or using AI between sessions? And even if it's mentioned in contract, it's rather strange. So I'm caring about presence, but the options can be different.
Yeah. There is that's why you remember at the beginning of the conference, I quoted the ICF article about presence. So that's why I'm saying, for me, I do not like, I do not agree of using AI during the session, but I respect people who are doing it. It's not that I'm saying you're a bad coach. Just
Anna, Natalia, yes, asking to share Antigone with her points. So Antigone, please.
Well, we were very confused with the question, and me as a young coach, I thought, okay, maybe when the client had this emotional state, we as a coach, we should do something else rather than what the AI suggested. So this is the ethicals that I saw on the.
Okay.
Not sure what we should do, but
I give you some food for thought. So, okay. So the first one. So I wrote this answer putting aside the fact that I'm not agreeing on using AI during the session. Okay, so I try to stay neutral beyond my opinion. So first of all, has the coach informed the client that what AI co-pilot means, meaning AI giving suggestions of answers to our questions, coaching questions during the session? So this is very important because, people sometimes ask, oh, can I use the AI during the session? Yes, but how do you use it? Where the data is going? What are you doing with the answers of AI? All this. So all these questions are, are about transparency, and we need to be transparent when we use AI. Second, you ask, a coach can ask, it's part of the contracting to ask the client, can I use AI during the sessions? But the coach also needs to contract at each session, because the client forgets, it's normal, we forget, that. So can I use AI in this specific session? And also, does the coach ask the client for feedback on their level of presence during the session despite the use of AI? So how do you feel? That's very important because it can help, the coach to say, okay, in this case, it's better not using it. And when the coach is experiencing moments of great vulnerability, should the coach disable AI? I would say yes. But at the same time, if there is the clear consent of the coachee, maybe the coach can keep it, But then for me, the main question is also the last bucket of questions. Does the coach use artificial intelligence to compensate for gaps in their skills or to enhance their already established abilities? Is the coach able to effectively perform the role of coach even without artificial intelligence? You see here, if a coach needs artificial intelligence to be a good coach, this is a problem. If a coach needs artificial intelligence to, to have ideas during the session, why not? I do not agree, but why not? But my concern is that AI is going to, how can I say, AI is going to be used by coaches who are not great coaches, or junior coaches who do not want or do not dare to develop by making mistakes. As I always say during my school, in my lessons, I say, we make mistakes. And that's okay. We're not killing someone. But the difference is, do we see our mistakes? And do we correct our mistakes? After 25 years, I make mistakes. And then I say, oh no, why, Anna, why you did that? And then I correct it with my client. So I use my mistakes to do better and also to open a conversation with my client. But it's not easy. But I mean, for me, coaching is a mutual learning process. It's not only the client learning. That I always tell my client, I learn a lot from you. That's why I love my job. Natalia.
I have a question for you then here about like these set of questions, because I felt that they moved a little bit away from the case and from the questions about it, because we see only this specific moment in the session. We don't know how they started the session. So like, I feel here that I cannot ask a question, did they contract, did they do this, because we don't know the beginning. We know this moment. And here in this case, I kind of liked the suggestion by Chelsea. Ladies, I hope you don't mind that I'm calling out the names. I just don't want to take your ideas. That's like she was suggesting that maybe there is no ethical dilemma here, because there was an agreement that in general, it says at the beginning of the case that there was an agreement to use it, and we don't know the entire session. But what we discussed, and Antigone suggested that there was missing point of acknowledgement, that it's like the client experienced the emotional moment, the coach talks to the AI suggests a question, and okay, it's great that the question was helpful, but an important part of a session is acknowledging the emotion first and exploring that part, and then moving on to the other questions. So that part is missing.
Yeah, I agree with you, and then, if there is a strong moment of vulnerability of the client, if I used AI during the session, which I don't do, I would stop AI for a question of being even more present. This is, and also to respect my client, because for me, being present means profoundly respect my client.
I agree with you on that, and I wouldn't use it either. But like for me, I was looking at it as a case detached from it personally, because there it says they contracted, they agreed. We don't know how the beginning of it was. So like here, I cannot. It's just my speculation about it. So I never use AI in the session, although my coach uses AI. I use AI for coaching, so but not in the session.
The thing is that for me, the important piece is why do we use AI? So the reflection before the case arises, but also is the recontracting part that is very important. That for me is the ethical moment. Does the coach ask the client for feedback before this fourth session? How do you feel for me using AI? And then how the coach before each session asks the client, do you mind? Do you agree if I use AI to be inspired and give you better questions and asking you better
questions?
Which
again, we don't know what happened at the beginning of the session.
Exactly.
Maybe the coach asked this, so we cannot. I mean, I personally believe we cannot consider it an ethical dilemma in this specific case.
No, for me, when I say ethical dilemma is, I give a case to give you food for thought with these answers. It's not, that's my purpose. Okay, since we don't have much time, I would like to give you the last case and the solution. So you will not split into breakout rooms. So the other case, the case 3 is analysis of tools such as 360, DISC, Hogan. So the coach wants to use AI to analyze the reports to identify mental patterns and recurring themes, perform cross-analysis of the different reports, and generate personalized recommendations and create an action plan. This is I use, I do that. But the thing is that how you do it. And this is a time saver. I'm thankful to Claude and Gemini for that, and Notebook LM. I use a lot Notebook LM for this. Which approach would you use? Approach A, upload everything as is with names and titles. Approach B, obscure the names but retain professional titles and specific citations. Approach C, completely anonymized by removing or identifying elements. What I suggest upon the code of ethics is, of course, to anonymize the reports. So to cancel all names, or all what the name of the company, everything, and make sure that there are no other elements that identify the people. Team names, client names. So you need to anonymize everything. So you're sure that. And then what I do, I give AI a contextualized prompt, meaning that what is the purpose of these assessments, is selection, is development. So I give AI the purpose of it. That's very important because AI can answer differently if it's an assessment, or for selection, for recruiting, or for developing the person. But also you need to be very, very precise about what you need. You need a detailed analysis of each report, synthetic analysis, cross-analysis. So you need the prompting is very important to have a good result. But then for me, the last part is the most important. So read the reports carefully and perform an analysis before activating the AI. So you have your idea, about, okay, this can be, you can have your idea of the personality, of the synthesis, of, you form your critical thinking. Use an AI that documents its sources, meaning that, for example, last time I used Gemini, but Claude does it and Notebook LM does it. When they say, oh, this is the personality trait, and I took this information from this report, this article, this specific, note in the report, so that you can check and verify the AI results with a critical eye. What does it mean? It means, I received it was like 10 days ago. I received the synthesis of AI, I read it, and since I've read the reports before, and also I know the tools quite well, then I said, oh, there is something off. There is something that doesn't add on, there is something which doesn't feel good. So what I did, I checked everything and corrected the AI. So I didn't take as it is. I really checked and correct and put nuances, etc. The other thing is that this is very important because at some point I did the Hogan, which is a quite complex assessment tool. And basically I gave him, I told him, okay, what is the synthesis of this report? And the thing is that it told me basically that the person was a terrible leader, terrible leader. And I said, oh my God, how can doesn't feel right. How can I, tell this person you're a terrible leader because the organ says it and the synthesis of AI says it. So what I did, I recontextualized it. I said, this person works in this kind of industry and has this kind of role. Can you reevaluate the analysis by taking into account this. And the ISO made a very much better synthesis that then I corrected, synthesized it, etc. So just to say that we're going towards the end of the conference, I stopped sharing. Just to say that, you know, there are multiple cases where you can use AI, but my really, really strong recommendation is to always use your critical thinking, because we were talking about the last section is about the World Economic Forum says that the essential skills to develop from now to 2030 are, and then I will share you the slide. I want to share you the last slide. Okay. So do you see the slide? You see it?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it is.
So you see if you go and you see in the upper right quadrant, you see that the core skills to develop: creative thinking, resilience, flexibility and agility, curiosity, lifelong learning, leadership and social influence, analytical thinking, system thinking, which is also the critical thinking, motivation and self-awareness, empathy and active listening, and of course, AI, big data, and technology literacy. But the reason I'm showing this to you is, first of all, that we as coaches, we need to develop all this, but we have a lot of work with our clients, because this is about our work. This is what the object, the topic of our work, to develop all these skills, which will be even more necessary in the future. So it's a message of hope, that AI will not replace coaches or coaching if we do our job well. If we do not, if we are poor coaches, we are replaced by AI. But there is space for us to work. There is work to do, because our clients will need more and more all this. So with this, I thank you very much, because I see the time is over. And I'm very sad, because I wanted to give you some other information, but I had to run.
Thank you, Anna, so much for all of this information for us that you prepared. Yes, there is a lot of thank you here in the chat. So
thank you so much. Yeah, and I will send you some of the slides, so you can share them with.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Thank you thank you for this. Yes. And thank you guys for coming.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. So Irina, I need to go, but Irina, I will share the slides with Svetlana.
Yes, yes, send to her. It's
I will
fine.
not put all of them, but I will put, the most, what I think are the most important. Okay?
Great. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you in life in Cyprus, or maybe somewhere else.
Okay. Thank you, Irina.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.